This is a video to show you the difference between a coho salmon and a pink salmon. Here I've got two that are freshly caught, same size. This one's 4.14, this is 4.5 pounds. This one's 22, this is about 21 or so. Okay, the first thing to notice is the tail. So the tail has spots all over, and they're elongated spots. What I don't have to show you here is a king salmon or Chinook salmon also has spots, both lobes of the tail, but the spots are very small. Okay, versus the coho, the first thing you notice is there's no spots or very few spots. There's actually a couple of spots right up here, but just very few up on the upper lobes. The second thing to notice about the tail is it's silvery. I haven't actually been able to see that as easily as just whether the spots are there, but that's the name silver. Okay, another big difference is looking at the body, and this one's hard to see unless you can compare the two, but the scales are much larger on a coho than a pink. Now, we got these fresh out of the ocean, so there's no hump here, but normally you would see a hump developing here when it sits in the salt water for too long or becomes and comes into the river. Okay, from the head's perspective, okay, so both mouths are mostly white. You can see the tongue is dark here in this coho. Here, the mouth is very white. The tongue is a little bit dark, not very much. The roofs of the mouths, you can see that's completely white. The roof of the mouth here, it's a little bit dark. Another thing to notice is that there are teeth. There are sharp teeth here on the coho. The pink does have some teeth, but they're not nearly as sharp. Of course, by the time you're down here, you really should have figured out which fish is which. So that's the main ways that I'm able to tell. Number one, look at the tail. Okay, if there's spots both lobes, it's either a king or it's a pink. If the spots are elongated, it's a pink. Also, the sheen of a pink is a little bit different. Let's see if I can capture it here. So, almost looks like a little bit of a pink sheen in the water. Yeah, maybe you can't tell much of a difference. They're both kind of bluish green on the top. Oh, here, look at this. From the other side, you can see there are all these spots along the top. They're elongated spots. Okay, whereas a king is fairly, they're fairly small. Here, you're also going to see some spots. See how small those spots are? That's kind of what you'd see on a king as well, small spots. All right, so there you have it, side by side, pink versus coho.